To go. We on.
All right, welcome to the Just Two Black Brothers podcast. I'm DJ Pierce, my brother Poe. We got the homie Lucky Dice. He said he added his name though on the Zoom, but it's got the homie Lucky Dice out of Boston, man. Rooting for the Celtics, hating on the Nets. What's up?
I'm here, man. Appreciate y'all letting me be in here, man. I was shocked when y'all hit me up, but I'm happy to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was telling you, it's our homie. He's my real close friend, INF. That's my partner. So he told you know him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk?
Yeah, he the one that told us to hit you up. So.
Okay. I'm gonna give a shout out.
Yeah, we had we just be tagging people saying like, hit us up if you want us to who you want us to interview, and he hit you up. So.
Hey, I guess I'm a good interview, you know, maybe.
Just tell us where you from, man. What you do?
No, you know, I'm from Boston. So, you know, basically born and raised from Boston, but you know, for more than like 20, 25 years, I'm a local underground like hip hop artist. So I kind of in some ways trailblaze like the underground hip hop scene out in Boston. So if you're really into that deep, you know about me as Lucky Dice. You know, I'm putting songs out sporadically, independently, and with a couple little, you know, with like Brick Records. I put out a record way back in the day in like 2001 or something like that called Imagine That. So I've been trailblazing the hip hop scene for a long time in the Boston area. So, you know, a lot of the local people a lot of those local celebs that we have here musically, you know, I was doing things before them, know them, support them, you know, I support home team. So that's me, but I'm an activist too, I guess. And I'm also kind of evolved into just like all around, like, you know, just kind of philanthropist type of individual, you know what I mean? So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
How was that early hip hop scene in Boston when you was coming up?
I want to say I was like a mix between like grimy kind of, but a love for hip hop, but like a hate for each other. It was like just a mix of like, you know, learning how to be actually good as a scene. You know, a lot of times it was more like we didn't want to support in Boston back then. You know what I mean? It was like, I rap, you rap, my boy rap. I don't want to hear you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like every block, like you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those, like you were doing shows as a local artist, you could be doing shows, nobody's even, they not bobbing their heads, they not nothing. They don't know you with this, that, and third. It's like, you know what I mean? That was kind of what the early scene was, but it has changed over time to where now, you know, it's a little more supportive. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't Benzino and David Mays from Boston, like the Source people?
Yeah, Benzino, because you know he did. Benzino has the you know, Mighty RSO and all that. You know what I'm saying? So they was really trailblazing in terms of mainstream hip hop. They own the Source, #1 hip hop magazine at one point. Benzino, you know what I mean? And they were just doing big things, but they were also like, you know, gang affiliated and all this. So they was wild. It was Wild Boys. And so Boston is kind of like that, you know? People assume Boston is like, if you look from the outside, people will assume like Boston is just like all white folks, or, you know, I guess they might know now, but like, you know, back then it's probably even worse. You just see from TV and this, like, oh, there's like white people out there, but it really goes down, man. It goes down anywhere. But like, if you move slow out here, if you catch drama, that can easily come back to get you. RSO was wilding, you know what I mean? They beefed with Paul Pierce when he first got here.
Oh yeah, stabbed him up, huh?
Stabbed him up. Like, with Boston's only city, they was stabbing up they we brought in young stars. So that's how
I was gonna say that too, though. Like, I do get the vibe that, like, just from the sports fans out there, it's like, man, it seems like they like racist as hell out there. Cause always be some racist shit with the fans out there in Boston.
Yeah, you know, but it started, you know what I'm saying? Now we're at a climate where it's a little more inclusive. But yeah, there's a lot of that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because you up north, so it's harder to deal with the racism, especially in Boston, because it's like a lot of that old boy network, all the old money, you know, from Revolutionary Wars and all that other business that you know went into to the bean. You know, that's what we call it, the bean 617. So yeah, it was a lot of that, but you know, that's America as a whole. You know what I'm saying? That's not particular to just Boston.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, as far as like what's particular to Boston, as far as the fans always doing that shit. Like it always be like on TV. I'm like, God damn, they don't give a fuck. They be throwing that shit at the black people and shit. Like, God damn. Like I said, they've been doing that for years. Like years, they've been known for that shit. That's why I was talking about. I know you know racism, but I'm just talking about how they always do that shit in the sports games and shit.
No, I'm here. Yeah, you know, it goes down. We got some tough white boys out here though. Don't play around. Boston, you come in, you'll be like, yo, our white boys are different out here. Let me just keep it 100. Like you might walk into a spot and they be looking at you like, what's up? Not like if you're in the South and you walk into a place and you're like, damn, this is a Klan rally, I might get hung.
Yeah.
This is more like hood, like white boys is cut different out here, man. So you walk in with your squad, you run into a squad of white boys, you be like, damn, these dudes will brawl with. They'll give it up. So, you know. Yeah.
I would say probably them like them dump around looking white boys and shit. House of Pain looking white boys.
Yeah, you know, like you see Marky Mark and yeah, like that, all that group, you know, busting white boys and Marky Mark and you know what I'm saying, like you said, House of Pain type, Irish and you know what I'm saying? They fight. That's what they do.
I would say is New England considered Boston?
New England is a bigger region that kind of Boston resides in. You know what I mean? New England would encompass like Lawrence and you know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know, upper areas, like little lower regions and like small towns and stuff like that would make New England. You know what I mean?
So you say you're an activist?
I mean, kinda, you know.
Was you like for black, like you was out protesting like during the Black Lives Matter rallies and stuff?
No. But not so much like in that regard, like let me go out and protest, but more like just speaking to things, you know what I mean? And like maybe like a public forum sense, like on my IG. When COVID and stuff went kind of crazy, you know, everybody was just doing things. We kind of started just doing a little podcast. Like I do things just off the cuff. I'll be like, all right, people was telling me I should do a little podcast. You be good. And I wasn't really focused on that until we was all stuck inside. I was like, all right, let me give my boy and do a little show on my IG since that's what everyone's doing now. You know, and that kind of
during COVID.
Yeah, so you know that kind of took a little life of its own, and so all right, cool. You know, I've seen that people was.
So what do you think about what's going on in Russia then, Ukraine? Some black people say they're sending that shit out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, world war business. Like, you know, I think it's inevitable with the powers that be, with the times that we're in, right? I think like these things will happen, you know, and I think there's different lenses you can look at it from. I was actually talking with my boy, the True Hakeem. I was talking with him, you know, we tend I tend to turn these things into jokes. So like I was keeping the version and I don't want to offend nobody, but I'm like, just don't bring your beef from across the street. Just don't bring it over here. Like, don't drag it. That's kind of how I was saying, like, y'all can beef all y'all want. Y'all want to beef out, knock yourselves out. Just don't come across the street with that over here. I say that because as a melanated person, look how bad they doing this. Why, in some regards, should we be caring about European nations brawling? Nobody cares about us. So we need to be doing our own thing. My bad, go ahead.
Now I was just about to say that, man. How many wars did we actually already help America win, and we still be getting treated like crazy? We fucking helped them win the Civil War. We helped them win the American Revolution. All the wars, if it wasn't black people involved in them wars, they probably wouldn't won. But still, how are black people getting treated? So shit, that should tell you everything. Even, you remember that shit with Muhammad Ali, why he went to jail and all that shit? He was like, he don't belong, that ain't his war. That's how I feel now. Like, man, Because we go help do whatever for them, and we come back and they turn that shit right back on us like we didn't even help them. So what's the point?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I agree, though. So that's why I'm like, yo, y'all want to brawl out and do all that? Go ahead. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Ukraine used to be part of the Soviet. Like, yo, Russia just want the whole situation back.
Yeah, that's why I was like, man, only thing I was like, too, I was like, I don't know. I was like, America's probably like get mad and they do the same shit. So it's like, y'all do the same shit. So what's the point? like if they want something, like if we want to land, we go get it. So hey, I look at that, but they feel like they gotta protect them and they need to do what they gotta do. We'll do what they gotta do, but we do the same thing.
That shit really be because like we gonna help you, but we gonna take some shit from you.
Yeah, it's resources. Oh, it's always about that. It's that's why I was trying to figure out from day one. I said, what's over there they got that we need? It's something over there they got that we need, and that's why we worry about them. Because if all these other countries, especially a lot of these black countries, shit, they don't say shit about these countries. They let them get fucked up every day. They don't say shit about them. You ain't even heard about them. They ain't trying to go over there and help them countries. So,
nope.
So it's a reason why they trying to help that country. It's a reason behind it.
Of course, you know, the powers that be, you know, the word, like we see it all the time in media and thing, and the 1%, the Illuminati and all this. The powers that be, all that stuff is real. Like these people at the top playing games with everybody, that's real stuff. So we're just seeing the evidence of that. You know, we're seeing the evidence of just kind of like the lies and mismanagement from one aspect to another. Like, you know, Russia's talking about y'all putting missiles right at our border and all kinds of stuff. America's like, don't put missiles by our border, but we can do it to Russia. Like,
I'm saying they do the same thing.
Exactly. So this
they the ones talking about, oh, they was the first one to drop atomic bomb, but you worry about these. But you go to other countries, hey, don't have no nuclear weapons. But we were the first country to do that shit. But we got them. We tell other countries, oh, y'all got weapons of mass destruction? What? We got them too. Like that shit crazy. It's almost like you try to tell this, like it's like if you take it on a personal level, it's like, oh, I can have my guns, but you can't have your guns. Like,
exactly.
What? Shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
No,
that's it.
Yeah, that's what
then that goes back, since you want to talk about, we talking about the revolution, that go back to the old school where he say, give me liberty or give me death. Shit.
That's it. You know, because you like, you know, so let's get it like I just put it from the view of melanated people, our own people, and how much we've been through, how much we done uplifted the world. Like without us, the world is shit. We live streaming, but you know, without us, nothing works.
I would say just take us off social media and see what happens. Would they'll be begging for black people to come back. If you take all the black people off social media for a week, social media be dead. We make that shit pop.
Ooh, those TikTok videos, the TikTok world will be broken. No more dances, no more of these dances going on in TikTok.
That's the thing. We make it pop,
they ain't creative.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the sad part. We the ones make it pop. But we don't know how to monetize it ourselves. Like we got to get on these other platforms and make it pop, but we need to figure out how to make this shit ourselves and don't need these other platforms.
Yeah, you know, that's another topic too. Like, you know what I mean? But that's us working together as people. So go ahead.
We had Black Planet. What happened to Black Planet? We let that go.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm saying we had Black Planet. We've been on Facebook. I was like, damn, Facebook old as fuck, man. You've been on Facebook for like at least like 15 years already. Facebook old.
It made him a billionaire.
We could have stayed on Black Planet for that long. We don't want to do that. It's the same shit, basically, though.
Hey.
Look, I bought that damn Kanye stem player thing. Cause I was looking at it because as an artist, and you could probably attest to it too. We was thinking like this, like, all right, the artist, like he said, if you put your album on Apple, and you buy, and it, I heard two perspectives, both pro stem player. One guy was like, ain't no way Marvin Gaye's What's Going On and any of those Beatles songs are only worth 99 cents, right? Those there's songs that are out there that are probably worth more than 99 cents, and then still you only gonna give that artist how much of that 99 cents is that artist gonna get?
Half a penny, 2 cents.
Half a penny, 2 cents for
a really good deal.
For all those hours you work on that masterpiece that you put out, you gonna get 2 cents, 3 cents per purchase or whatever. But if you look at this stem player thing, not only is you paying $200, you get you putting your album on it. Let's take it like this. He had 70,000 of them, and he sold them for 200 each. Right? That's like $15-16 million he got for just that album. Versus the pennies. Because all you're doing on that thing is streaming the fucking album.
Shit.
You don't have it to give to other. Like, I can't take the album and give it to you to listen to. I can stream it from this device. The same shit you gonna do on Apple or Spotify or any of the other mediums.
How much do you think the label is paying Kanye? Okay, say like instead of doing that way, the label just say we're gonna pay you to come out with an album. How much you think the label's paying him per album? Now you saying they ain't paying him like 15 million, probably less than that.
Well, I don't know, because is that separate?
No, I'm just saying instead of doing Donna, he could have just put it out through a label, but he didn't do that. So I'm saying, how much would he got for if he would have just came out and put it on a label? How much would the label pay him to put it out?
Well, we got extra rapper. Like, how would that work? If I'm the label and I say I need you to drop an album, I'm paying. That's a separate money. That money I'm giving you to drop that album is separate than what you gonna get for streaming it. So if the label give you 30, the label gave him 50 million to do the album.
Yeah.
But now he getting the money he getting from streaming ain't part of that 50 million. That's separate money. So
it can be, right? Can be.
It can be separate, depending on how your paperwork is, right?
That's exactly what I was about to say.
But if he run the label, Kanye is the label.
Yeah.
That good music is his shit. So, I mean,
and he paid himself twice or 3 times because he owned the label, right?
Right.
You can negotiate whatever, however you want to break it down, right? Because you own the label. But let's say you don't own the label.
That's where it comes. That's where it gets tricky.
That's where it gets tricky because it would depend on what you fallen into. If you fell into something like a 360 deal, it's over. You're not everything you do regarding your projects. In the 360, the label.
Can you explain that for the listeners? What's a 360 deal?
So 360 deal is basically the label is gonna kind of give you support in everything. Everything you need to do as an artist, concert tours, they're gonna basically that label machine is gonna get you merch, concerts, tours, all that streaming, right? They're gonna get you, the machine gonna get behind you, but it's gonna get a piece of everything. That's what a 360 deal
is. Like, you can be a boxer, they gonna get a cut of that shit. You be like, damn, nigga, I'm a pro wrestler. They'll go fuck you, cut this check.
So, it's like, let me take, your revenue from
everywhere, everything you get yourself into.
Exactly.
We get a cut. That's crazy.
And the OnlyFans too.
Yeah, if you get into OnlyFans and you in that 360, I need that too. That's
shit.
You know what they say? You know where the 360 deals came from?
What?
They came from the American Idol shit. You remember when they started American Idol?
Yeah.
They started that 360 deals from that shit because you remember them artists
was getting all the endorsements and stuff.
Yeah, because you remember like the first ones when it was like Jennifer Hudson, Fantasia. Right after them, they started doing them 360 deals because they blew up after on American Idol. Even Red, she went did movies. Both of them blew up off that shit, so they started doing them. But you remember it was a lot of them before. It was like Kelly Clarkson. All them people was blowing up off American Idol. So after that, after Fantasia, they started doing them 360 deals.
Okay.
So that's why because they promote you on the show, but they get a cut of everything.
They saying, well, these companies and other ventures wouldn't know about you if you wasn't on the show,
right?
In a way.
Now all them shows do that. Even the reality show try to do it. The reality shows even be trying to do it now. Like the rapper reality shows, they be trying to do 360 deals on them too.
Well, you know what though? But rap, why you gotta be? That's the thing. We got the best genre of music, but we probably the shadiest too, huh? Business wise.
That shit been going on. Like I said, shit. I was looking. You look at fucking. I was watching James Brown. He was talking about that shit. All them Sam Cooke. That shit been going on.
You definitely was getting played back then, cause nigga, shit. You like, yo, I just want to get on. And I just want to be loved by white people.
And that's the problem we had. That's the problem we had based on, you know, how society has framed it. We just want to get on. We just want to be loved. We just want to be accepted. So we would sign anything. Oh, you gonna let me get in? I can ride around in this Maserati for the day. Let me sign on. Let me sign away all my property.
Hey, that nigga said you in the Maserati. Them shit's one of the worst fucking used cars ever. You don't even know it.
I'm saying we should do a case study. We should do a case study and research how many successful Black artists died with their masters. That's what we should do, and see how many died with what. Because I don't think too many died with their masters. I think they all ended up losing their masters before when they died.
Only a few. Well, Prince, I think Prince reclaimed his masters, I believe.
Then he died, and they took him up from him.
So maybe, hey, you might be getting into like something else, another level
Whitney,
of like
MJ
conspiracy.
Yeah, hey, man, taking your masters.
All on them. Damn. So you trying to tell me if you like a major artist and you start owning your masters, that system coming for you? That's what you trying to tell me?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Name an artist. Like we gotta just look at it. I guess through the years, just name artists that had their masters and was straight. They always take their masters from them and shit when they die. They leave you old and broke.
What about 50? I feel like 50 was smart enough.
He's still doing good because 50 switched it up. Like if he would still been in the music, it would have been different. But since he went into the television, I think that's a whole nother. He can last. 50 can last in that shit for. He can do that shit for 20, 30 more years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That shit lasts longer. That TV lasts longer than like for a rapper. I'm saying him doing that will be longer than him trying to rap. He can't rap for no 30 more years. That shit gonna be looking crazy.
She barely rapping now. He ain't rapping now.
I was gonna ask y'all what y'all think about Kanye's mom.
Nah, that's a good mama, nigga. Shit, everybody needs.
Make you want to cry, huh? You be like, damn, mama. You be looking at your mama like.
Wait, you watched that documentary?
Nah, I didn't watch it. I be ripping and running, and I don't be watching too much shit.
I keep seeing the clips about the mom. They keep talking about the mom.
No, that shit. I don't know, man. Like it make you look at him different. Like if you looked at him in a bad way, it'll make you look at him different. Like somebody like me, I never really looked at him in a bad way. But if you like look at that, if you thought he was like, oh, this nigga crazy, this nigga this nigga that, like if you look at the documentary and see how much the mom meant to him and how much the mom supported him, like the mom knew all the nigga songs. She knew what to say to him if he was like some shit happened to him. Nigga, she knew what to say to him. She knew everything to say to be supportive to him. So like, you know, even when nigga the shit he had to do to get Rockefeller just to say, all right, nigga, we gonna, cause you know the college dropout, nigga, he didn't have a budget for college dropout. So like, because they was like, nigga, you gonna make these beats. We hear you about this rapping thing, but like, you gonna make these beats. But so he had, like, he got lucky for what's the joint with Jamie Foxx he had on there? Slow Jams. He got lucky because Jamie Foxx was like, I'll fuck with you so we can record the song in my studio and I'll pay for that. He got lucky because he was cool with fucking Pharrell and Mos Def and Scarface and shit like that, where they was like, yo, nigga, just come here and record. Like, but they probably forever indebted to them because he was able to put that shit out, nigga. So then when Dame heard fucking Through the Wire, them niggas was like, oh shit. All right, nigga, here go your money. Here go your money. Nigga, they heard Through the Wire and fucking Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
They heard those. They was like, ooh, shit, we got something. Yeah. And that's when they opened up the budget for him. and he dropped it. But look, but this is the thing, man. Like, this is why I say some shit be by design. That shit is by, what happened with him was by design, because who the fuck gonna say, all right, nigga, follow me around with a camera while I go and get rejected all over the place by record labels? Who would ever say, nigga, record and then keep the footage? And man, put that shit like a masterpiece, man, because like he was getting done dirty, yo. Like, nigga, they was putting Petey Crack over him and shit. They was putting these all these earlier rock artists. They were like, nigga, that's who in front now. You gotta wait your turn, yeah. Like, but nigga, you don't even know what you got right here with him.
But you remember you talking about that?
And then because he got in an accident too, they was like, all right, we really ain't fucking with him. Like, yo, you got in an accident, nigga, just trying to make these beats. Your album will come out when it come out.
But that accident was part of that. Ended up being some beautiful.
That was
That was beautiful. That established him as an artist, because it was like Through the Wire was the thing that people was like, oh, this Through the Wire, and
like, nigga, you rapping through a wire and sound better than
that shit was hard. I remember I heard that shit. I was like, damn, that what made me like him. Once I heard that shit, I was like, it's over.
Hey, but then he kind of had bars, so it was like. With that, because the nigga started the song out what? I drink a Boost for breakfast, an Ensure for dessert, somebody order pancake, I just drink the scissor. I was like, oh, okay.
Let me say, you don't remember about the other song he had when he was talking about Cheers to the Rock, when he was talking about all that shit, when like, everybody was denying him and stuff on that. You remember that song? Yeah, he was talking about all that shit, how everybody kept saying no.
So that should make you look at him different, man, because like to lose that valuable piece to your life when you really don't trust nobody. Like, just take the person you trust the most, and they say, "All right, this person just gonna disappear right now off the face of the earth." And you navigating a kind of world you don't really know about at that time. Like, you don't really know what's gonna happen with you as a person, as an artist, for your career. Well, like, I don't know, man. It was different for me to see that shit.
But here's the thing with that, though, right? Here's a little aspect to that. I don't think people would look at, but I would. You know, in the realm of Hollywood and the industry, that comes from a certain thing. Like, the industry and Hollywood and the music, the way it is a gateway to all kinds of wild, demonic, all kinds of wild, like loss of spirituality, all kinds of like, just, it's a gateway to all that, right?
Yeah.
That's a gateway to all that wild stuff. So in the music, from way back, from coming in from the blues, in the rock, going into rap, into the industry, there are all kinds of different, like, weird, demonic, spiritual things that happen. So sacrifices and all that for people's success, that stuff really be happening, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so in a lot of ways that, you know, a lot of these, look at these successful people. Somebody goes, something happened, a tragedy happened, then they blow.
That's what they were saying about Regina King's son. Oh, like, man, that's she sacrificed her damn son. But it was like, she on top right now as a black actress, though.
She been on top.
But no, like, but getting more like bigger. That's my favorite female actress. But I'm saying she getting like, you know, good stuff right now, where she like the highest paid black actress. So some people are like, well, maybe her son was a sacrifice to get this, and that. Because, you know, she was doing the lead role on the Watchmen joint.
But my only thing, I was just gonna say too, I remember T.I. it was an intro T.I. did, but he was like, may no man or animal walk on God's green earth and expect not to be tested. Like, shit, everybody in life be going through shit. Like, everybody. Just because you're a celebrity don't mean family members ain't gonna die, none of that shit. So like, people be putting that Illuminati stuff on it, but just because they, like I said, just because they celebrities don't mean they ain't gonna go through shit. That just mean they celebrities. Like, sometimes they don't even got money like that. That just mean they famous. Being famous don't mean you got money, but that don't mean you're immune to people dying or shit happening in your life. So it's like,
you right. So you right. We all human. Even these celebrities be human until they become not human, based on what they be doing, right? But when I'm talking about like that, is like, sometimes these situations, you don't know what you don't know. So like, how a spiritual incantation, or whatever you want to call it, right, comes about might not be to your knowledge. You might be signing you know, a label deal, whatever deal, and somehow in there, the verbiage and whatever you sign, it might be some sigil in there. Like, there's a lot of occultist practices that happen in our society. People don't know. The moving of dollars and currency is an actual like spiritual science. People don't know that though. So like, you don't know what you're signing on to. Like when you look at Led Zeppelin, look at a group like Led Zeppelin and look at their history. They was clearly into like all that wild stuff. And you see what happened to them at the end? They called it ill wild curse. Shit went crazy. So like all I'm saying is for you, a lot of our stars, right? A lot of our stars, something happened, like right before they blow, something happens to somebody. It don't just be like, yo, I'm doing my thing and now my auntie just got sick and passed. Like that can happen. But I'm like, you gotta look at like right before they super blow. Some loss, something happens. Go look at their history.
I would say, but Kanye already said that shit. You remember he was like, I sold my soul to the devil. It ain't hard. It ain't bad as it seems. He said at least it came with a couple toys, like a Happy Meal, some shit.
Damn.
He said that shit at a concert. He said that shit for real. I mean, like you can Google that shit. He said that shit for real. So
yeah, it went everywhere. You know, I don't want to turn this into Illuminati, but this stuff is real. Like we in 2022, we can't pretend like this plays into like what you talking about, like his mom died, and like when people die around him, like some of that stuff is because of that.
Yeah,
so, absolutely.
That soul your soul, like that soul in your soul shit is real tight. Look,
like you rapping about it. That shit,
look,
like you rapping about it. Come on now, you rapping about it.
Hey, always tell everybody here. I think OJ and Bill Cosby sold their souls, man. I'll be like, cause look, it ain't always gonna be paid back in death. That shit could be paid back in motherfucking you accused of a double murder, or you accused of raping goddamn 30 women, nigga. Come on now, who the hell really think Bill Cosby raped 30 women?
He didn't have
illegally. Like if you want to say whatever, it could be consensual sex, but like, did he really go and do that shit to 20-something women? Like
I said, Bill Cosby was the #1 black man in the world for like at least good 10 years. He didn't have to rape no damn woman.
He didn't have to rape.
He could have pointed at a bitch and just got her when he was hot. He could have got anybody. He had to rape no females back then.
Right. That's why I said, so with that, it's like, all right, nigga, you made this deal with us. You remember that deal you made with us in the 60s where we told you was going to be the black superhero.
Mm-hmm.
We let you do that shit for 30 years. But the thing is, you're going to inadvertently make a mistake to trigger them to do that. Like they said with him was going to try and, nigga, you thought you was big enough to go and buy a network, my nigga?
I was just about to say that.
Nick Cannon. Look at Nick Cannon. You thought you got big enough to be like, yo, the Jews, this. Nigga, you ain't finna get away with that. Who else has got in trouble for talking about the Jews? Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep. So you're right. Like, there you go.
Come on, man. You ain't finna. Look, you gotta understand. It's still some people that control everything that's going on. And you gotta what Eazy-E said, you gotta bow down to the sergeant's directives and get your ass popped with the Smith & Wesson. Hey, that's what Eazy-E told him back in the day. Y'all think y'all hard because y'all on death row, nigga, it's still somebody above y'all.
Poor Eazy, he ran into Jerry Heller, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Jerry, yep.
Showed him how to jerk, you know what I'm saying?
I actually said we wouldn't get no money, nigga.
I'm saying you a jerk. I was at Disco, showed them how to jerk. You know what I'm saying? How to jerk people out of their bread. So that's, it happens, man. The whole thing is demonic. Let's just Hollywood as a whole is demonic. So getting into the independent realm and these world, like when NFTs drop, that's gonna change how music go. And so technology is decentralizing us and getting us away from people having to sell their soul and becoming successful. So you don't have to sell your soul to be successful. Nowadays, we're starting to get into that age of Aquarius where all of those things are falling apart. This is why technology, things are decentralizing. People are able to now kind of gain success as independent and be wildly successful on their own and nothing's happening to them, right? But also they're not out there with the machine pushing them. So there's certain elements too, like, you got to sign on the dotted line. You got to take certain advantages And then if you violate, boom, 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 or you go in the game knowing you about to do this. Like, you know, how about them stars that they go and say, listen, fam, we got a contract for you. You're gonna be the biggest person in 6 months. We're gonna make you the biggest star. We're gonna put you on the biggest things, the biggest cars, the biggest shows, the biggest this, but you're gonna come to this island, right? You're gonna come over to this island once every 2 years or once every 6 months. We got this big gorilla-looking cat in the back. You're gonna sit there, take this. We're gonna record it. You're gonna take this whooping. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna record it, have it for recording. Then you can do your thing. So like, you gotta either be a sex slave or something. There's some stipulation that come with. You know what I mean?
Seems like they did that to Lil Nas X.
Oh God, he's an agent.
I was like, they just got him like he a little slut for them. Like basically, for real, I think I think he just like, oh, I'm gonna get my bag, whatever. I don't even think he know what he doing. He's so wild. He's just out there.
You know, the retribution that's coming for him, for what the retribution that is coming for him, for a black man to be degrading himself to that level.
It is too reckless.
You took it too far.
You started off with the kids. Like, come on, bro.
And then you come back out and say you ain't even gay. I said, look, you can't do all of that, bro. You can't. You can't say you.
He basically, man, it's like, but can you get mad at him? Because basically, to me, he just followed 6ix9ine blueprint.
I mean, I never seen
6ix9ine laid it out.
Hey,
you making super trolls. You making super trolls, basically. So you got people that's like, fuck it, I say I'm gay. I do whatever. I don't care how much money I'm gonna get.
I guess
I do whatever I gotta do.
But I say, I guess who affected people negatively the most? Was it 6ix9ine or was it Lil Nas X?
For black people, it was Lil Nas X.
Yeah,
I'll say it was 6ix9ine.
I'm talking about for black people though.
Yeah, look how many black people he got put in prison.
Oh yeah. I forgot about all that. Yeah. But
that was their fault. Like Lil Nas X.
Still blame him.
Let me jump in. Let me come in there because he put black folks in prison, but he was running with gangs and stuff like that. So like he's running with a seedy group, using that to portray like he's a super gangster when he's really not, right?
Right.
And so like you really a civilian running around living this fantasy, and you made yourself so much of a cartoon, right? Mm-hmm. He made himself so much of a cartoon that millions of people tune in. And then he's running around living this cartoon, gangster cartoon, comedy, gay Yosemite Sam. I let my nuts hang.
I think that shit catching up to him now, though.
Of course.
Because that ain't gonna last forever. You can't run forever, nigga. Shit. You can't run forever. But I don't know, man. Like I like talking about the game with rappers like yourself, man, because like y'all all do see it from a different perspective, like than it would be if we was having a mainstream artist on. Because you know, they don't want to say certain things. Cause you know, just look, but you gotta be free, man. And like they say, like Rick Ross said, what's free? I mean, who had that song? What's free? Meek Mill or one of them. Yeah, you ain't even free as an artist.
No, he was not. Once you sign, you're not free. So these artists was never free. Only those smart ones. Only those ones that came in making deals. Like who was that singer? I think you mentioned his name. Who came in the game making deals. So like if I could remember his name, he was ill one time. If I know his story, you said
James Brown.
No, maybe before him.
Sam Cooke.
I think it was Sam Cooke. Yeah. And then somebody went to him in that era and was like, "Yo, what's up?" And Sam Cooke was breaking it down, and I'm like, "Yo, fam, y'all asking for the cake? I'm getting a recipe."
Yeah,
because he was writing records and keeping his master, but he was making poppy music. That was the thing. He was making poppy music, and then who came to him? Was it Malcolm X or
Malcolm X came? That was his downfall, getting linked in with Malcolm X, because Malcolm X was really on that shit. Like, we gonna do this. Malcolm X was like, "Yo, you don't even need the white people, yo. Like, we can do this with us." Which wasn't a bad thing, but at that time, you ain't got enough protection to to keep them off your ass for trying to take away. Like right now, if you try to take, if you this dude that come up and start talking about, oh man, we're gonna start an all-black NBA and all-black NFL, nigga, they gonna kill you. Especially if you got them. Especially
the owners gonna kill your ass up.
Hey, look, especially if they start seeing like the top stars getting on with it, like LeBron and Lamar Jackson, all them, like, okay, yeah, let's go over there and start this new NFL with just a nigga, your ass, man, they gonna find your ass somewhere, man.
But I mean, luckily, I like what Ice Cube doing. I know it ain't big as NFL, but I like what Ice Cube doing right now.
The big three.
I like Ice Cube in general, man. Like Ice Cube, somebody I like. I really look up to Ice Cube. I like how he like from NWA to what he at now. That's like successful as hell. Like he had a good career.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was basically one of the few who read his contract and didn't sign it. Remember?
No.
Yeah.
He was like,
yo, this ain't good, bro.
He read it and didn't play.
I think like a lot of these rappers, they should look at Ice Cube like, shit, I can go from here to here with this shit. Like rap can take me here. Like, or Jay-Z, like rap I can go from this to this off rap. They gotta look at it like that. I don't think a lot of rappers be taking it serious like that though.
Hey, look, yeah, you gotta get, you artists don't know they can get on that level. Like the Beyonce, I read an article yesterday that her wigs come from some girls that, I don't know if this shit true though, but her wigs come from these two girls in Russia that hey, let me finish that joint. Look, there's two girls in Russia who grow their hair strictly for Beyonce to take it and make wigs, and they eat a certain diet that Beyonce got them on, so that the hair has the right nutrients in it to make the wig.
Who said that? Where you get it from?
That's so horrible,
nigga. But look, what's the possibility that could be true? But what's the possibility that could be true with the shit that they be doing?
Yeah, it's very possible. They got the money to do that. They got the money to put two girls in a wig. That's how.
Bro, they say she paid a family $145,000. The girls are sisters.
I believe it. I'm gonna believe it. Why wouldn't she? She got the money.
And they are the source of all her wigs.
What was that?
And this is a
I gotta know where the source came from.
You want to spend $100,000+ on some? You want
and for hair? They can keep growing the hair, so they ain't tripping off that. They like take this shit, it'll grow right back.
Where you saw that at?
On Media Takeout, man. I read it yesterday. I read that shit every night before I go to bed. That shit be messing me up sometimes, though. But because it be some crazy stuff on there.
Any stuff on Media Takeout end up being true?
Some of it be true. Some of it be true, man. Like, I don't know. That story sounded legit because it was like, I was like, yo, I could see them doing some wild shit like that just to be different. Nigga, you know, my shit cut from two Russian sisters. Nigga, I paid $145,000 for this. Like, she about
to do bad right now since she ain't fucking Russia no more. What happened?
That sound like a bad pay. That sound like bad spending of your money, even if you got it. Why? When your hair is like better. Like your natural hair, see,
you running from your natural hair, yeah.
Like your natural hair is way better than anything they could produce. Our hair,
but you know what it is? It's because they make the natural hair look bad publicly, though. Like that. I never understood that though. Because right here we go. European, British colonialization, subtle racism, overt racism. Breaking that sting of hating ourselves, like the beautification of the modern society, the standard of the beautiful woman that they tried to paint was the European, white European woman with the long hair. But that's not the real standard. It's our women. From the like our women are the real standard of beauty for the world. Just like us as the men, just like us as I don't even like saying the word black anymore because we can get into verbal linguistics and how that's still a trap. Yeah. But just like us as indigenous melanated men, we're the most alpha male. We're the most sexy on the planet. We're just the most. Shit, we can get big naturally. They got to take steroids to get big.
Because we can
talk all day.
It's us. We're it. The world follows suit to us, but we don't know it. Like that's how much power we got. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like it's us. So, but that whole like, let me pay think about it, let me pay 2 Irish women to grow hair that got nothing to do with my texture, that their hair is, if you take their hair and your natural hair is way more, it does way more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's really, that's a ludicrous, you just wasting money for no reason. But that standard of beauty, oh, I need to look like with the flowing hair. No, you need to look like Foxy Brown.
Especially if that ain't your shit. Why you flowing around with some shit that ain't? Yo, I don't do fake. I don't know. I don't like fake.
Hey.
Man. Like that shit.
I don't ask y'all what y'all heard about Snooty Wild passed away. He got shot, killed.
Who?
Snooty Wild. He had that song "Made Me."
Damn.
Yeah, he died like a little while ago, like last week, I think.
They say hip hop, that's the most dangerous job right now.
Yeah, he was shot in Houston.
Yeah, you see,
36 years old. He died on Saturday. He had that song, that shit that made me. That's that shit that made me. That was the song he had. That
Yeah, I
song
remember him. Yeah, that shit be wild.
Man.
He was with Yo Gotti for a minute.
That's the system.
He from
Hip-hop
Memphis.
changed, man. Hip-hop changed. You know what I mean? The system got in there and hip-hop changed. And you see that progression from gangster rap, from hardcore to gangster rap to like gang related.
Now they got the drill rap.
To drill rap, to where now hip-hop went from speaking about what was going on, all the ills of our society, dropping knowledge, elevation, all the ills. These are the ills, right? As an artist, you was not in the mix. You was not doing the ills. You was speaking about the ills. World, listen up, pay attention.
Now they doing the ills.
To now you gotta be in the ill.
He said they used to, first you, like Jay-Z used to be a drug dealer. Now it's the drug users rapping. Not the drug dealer. That shit changed. Now you got the fiends rapping.
Hey, and then the white people like this. Don't keep it up, niggas.
Oh yeah. They don't care.
Keep it up.
That's like it's helping like helping them put out that negative stigma on black men anyway, because and then they sitting there, the rappers actually like they teaching the youth to be like that, so you like fucking it all up, really. That's the sad part.
Yeah, they had D. Ray Davis was talking about that. He was like, man, he said, I'm a gangster hood nigga from the south side of Chicago. I would audition for roles where they needed somebody to play a hood nigga, and they telling me I'm not hood enough in the audition. The white person telling him that. Give me more hood. Give me more hood, D. Ray. He's like, nigga, I'm from 879th Street. I'm from South 79th Street in Southside Chicago. Nigga, how much more hood do you want? Yeah, nigga, you gotta play our interpretation of hood, you gotta play it.
Yeah, they want you to say, you jive, turkey, smack that side before I blow your brains out.
Yeah. Yep, they like right there, nigga, right there. We got it. He like, how you gonna tell me I ain't hood? Nigga, I'm hood.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot yourself in the kneecap. We good. That's what we want to see.
Damn.
Do like Mexico.
As far as the music though, you know, what you got working on for the rest of the year?
I've been in this like foray where I wanted to do like a little blending thing. So I wanted to blend like hip hop and Afro beats, you know, because I'm from the continent, and so like I'm influenced by more than just hip hop. Hip hop is my thing. Core hip hop, Most Def, Black Thought, like that's the genre I come from. You know what I mean? Black Moon, Tribe Called Quest. So, but you see where we come. You see how Afro beats has influenced the world in itself. And so I was like, okay, out here in Mass, I'm like, nobody's really doing like an Afro-rap thing, right? That's not really a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's Afro beat, Afro dance, but no one's really putting like the hip hop aspect on the Afro beats like that. You know what I mean? So I said, let me start doing this thing that I call Afro-rap. So, you know, I'm just kind of taking a foray into that, and I kind of put out like a record, a joint, you know what I mean, shot a little video for it just to percolate. I recorded about 8 records in this space. They all kind of came out fire. So I'm just like, I'm gonna throw out like a couple at a time. So I just put one out as like a bubbler. This first one called Bang Bang Bang, but like I got a couple of others that really go too. So I think I'm just gonna periodically drop a joint and drop a video with it. You know what I'm saying? I do it for the passion mostly. You know what I mean? My aspiration is to be like overly blown. Like after watching the industry, I don't have aspirations to sign and do all that craziness no more. Like, you know what I mean? I like putting out music. I've always loved music. So that's kind of where I'm at. But if some good things come from it, I'll always take the blessings. You know what I'm saying? I'll never not take the blessings, but it's going to be something that's morally fits my character of what I think is good. Because I'm not out here sacrificing. I'm not doing none of that extra shit that they do. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's what's up. Man, we usually get to the music, man, but we talk so much, but we gonna play the music on the we got a radio station, man. We do the mixtapes and shit like that. So
that's dope.
We'll definitely get the music out there for the people. But what's the name? I know you sent us a track. You know, let me try to see if I got it, because I tried to download it at first. You gave me access to it?
Yeah.
Is that Way 10? What's the Way 10 you go? Let's try it.
Yeah, it's called the name is Bang Bang Bang, and then like the Afro term is wait till you go do, which is basically like what are you gonna do? What you gonna do? So it's like waiting you go do. So it's like, you know what I mean? What can you do?
It sounds like tell me when to go. That's what it sounds like you trying to say. Is it like that? It's like basically like saying tell me when to go.
Kind of, but basically, what can you do? What are you gonna do? So it's like that's basically what it. You know what I mean? Not tell me when it goes. Like, what are you gonna do with this? What can you do with this? Wait till you go do. So it's like, what you gonna do? It's basically that's basically what it means.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Let's play it, man, before we get out of here.
It's good. I like it. Okay, we are going. A little something. Say bang, bang, bang. What you gonna do with this? Too many options. Don't let me stop this. Say bang, bang, bang. What you gonna do with this? Once I go start it, it's quickly popping. Say look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Now I'm the captain. Choppy waters once you pass the borders. Make sure that you strapped in. You was just a toy, say the wolves, they be torn here. I don't want you locked in. Cause if you a play, they get to snacking. Like bang, bang, bang. What you gonna do with this? Too many options. Don't let me stop this. This is a move, this is a groove. This a theme when it's going up. Hydroponics, I roll it up. That's my sage when I light it up. I used to be foul like a flagrant. Found peace, I unplugged from the matrix. Shout out to the women who love me. Love you too, that's why you my favorite. I got no time to be wasting. Time equal money, so thus I be resting. Keep a pace and no patience. From the underground, had to get it from the basement. Plus I got 100 styles, flow for 100 miles. Drip like the river now. If niggas miss a hit, then they spin around. If niggas think they lit, make them simmer down. Cause I got no time to be wasting. Time equal money, so thus I be resting. Keep a pace and no patience. From the underground, had to get it from the basement. Said bang, 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 bang. What you gonna do with this? Too many options. Don't let me stop this. Said bang, 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 bang. What you gonna do with this? Once I go start this, it's quickly popping. 2-3, I'm in the zone like a 2-3. Loose leaf, I pen the score to these movies. I give you rhythm and spice. I give you rhythm and spice and everything nice. Me be the beat and the mic. Me be the beat and the mic. Yeah, that should suffice. Like bang, bang, bang. What you gonna do with this? Too many options. Don't let me stop this. Uber driven, so the focus different. There's a method in the madness with it. From an era where I had to get it. Past addicted, I'm obsessed with it. Why yo? I make it all look so easy. I live my life pretty freely. I let the karma precede me. Why yo? I smoked the tree, it released me. I did this here just for GP. This one to me was quite easy. Like bang, bang, bang. What you gonna do with this? Too many options. Don't let me stop this. Say bang, bang, bang. What you gonna do with this? Once I go stop this, it's quickly popping, yeah. It's quickly popping, yeah. It's quickly popping, yeah.
It's quickly popping.
It's quickly popping, yeah. Okay, we are going. Hey, say bang, bang, bang. What you gonna do with it? Too many options. Don't let me stop it. Say bang, bang, bang. What you gonna do with it? Once I go stop it, it's quickly popping.
What thing you gonna do with it? Okay, yeah, good.
Bang, bang, bang. That's the song.
Hold on. I gotta turn it. I'm trying to turn the damn iTunes still running. Hold on. Yeah. I like that joint. That's a you gonna have them doing a dirty wine.
Hey, that's the thing, man. Like, do what you do to it. I'm just trying to create new genres.
Yeah, they gonna dance to that one.
Good, man. If they do, I'll send you more as I drop. I'll send them to you definitely, so you can, you know what I mean.
Yeah, send them joints.
Let them do what they do. It's all good to me.
It's something different, but you rapping on there still, so that joint nice.
Yeah, and that's a perk. I call that a percolator. I call that like the percolate. That's not even like I got a couple of other ones that go even more crazy than that. That's just to get the water bubbling. That's what I call that, water bubbling.
Yeah, out here, you got big West Indian population too. They be all over that joint.
If they like it, I'll put out some more.
Caribbean, they gonna love that.
Hey man, they like it. Let me know. I got
catchy. Yeah, that hook catchy too. So it's like, they gonna.
I appreciate it, man. I'll send more your way. I'll send more you guys' way as I drop it. I'm gonna work on another one with my man King Phillips from out here because there's a lot of talent out here. So I'm gonna work with my man King Phillips. Probably drop a song called Mad Men. Then I got a joint called Mommy Water, which is like this fire record for the ladies. So and I got I'm gonna drop them.
We're gonna be on the lookout, man.
Appreciate that.
We appreciate you stopping by and chopping it up with us. Any shout outs you want to give before we get out of here?
Shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to my city. Shout out to us as melanated individuals elevating. Shout out to the Celtics getting their act together. You know what I'm saying? So
they get there. I like Robert Williams.
We got.
Oh yeah. He's outrageous. Robert Williams. He's outlandish. Time Lord. You know what I mean? So yeah. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everyone that does the right things, man. That's kind of that's my shout out. That's my shout out.
Shout out Compton General. He in the comments on YouTube.
Oh, what up? Famous nobodies.
Okay. That's my guy right there, man.
Yeah. All right, for sure, man. Look, let everybody know how they can find you on social media.
So only social media that I really rock with is IG. So at Lucky Dice 1, just the number. That's really, really the one you want to get in tune with. That's kind of the one that I rock with. So yeah, that's the one. If you want to hit me up, message me, I still post too, and that will drop to Twitter and Facebook. But I got a Twitter too at Lucky Dice 1. I don't really use it. I just let see the notifications sometimes. But IG, I still do things. If I get creative or I want to post something, I use that. So IG is the best way to get at me, and basically stay in tune with what I'm doing, kind of, if you want. You know what I'm saying?
All right, my man. We out. Poe, you got anything?
Nah, man, it's nice talking to you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me, man.